Well, good morning, and a good morning it is, because I am running in the Altra FWD Experience. Check it out in that awesome orange color. Altra, I think you nailed the design out of the park. But setting that aside, today I am doing my full review in the Altra FWD Experience, and this is quite an interesting shoe. In fact, it's Altra's first low drop, 4mm drop shoe. More on that here in a minute. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much. Give this video a thumbs up and consider joining the channel membership, only $1 a month, and it goes to support videos like this. All right, we're gonna continue on this run. I am at mile 13, almost a half marathon in, and really enjoying myself. All right, I've got a lot of things to comment and tell you about the FWD Experience. We're going to talk about the build, the comfort, the performance, and the value of the shoe. But first, voiceover Chad, why don't you tell us about some of the specs and features of the FWD Experience?
Altra states, check out this effortless, smooth, efficient experience from Altra. It's got low drop complementing rocker shape for propulsion and lightweight midsole foam for performance. We blended comfort, performance, and style together for an experience you've got to feel to believe. As for some of the specs and features, you have the standard foot shape fit, EVA midsole foam, engineered mesh upper, rocker shape for an efficient toe-off, 32mm of heel stack, 28mm of toe stack for a 4mm drop, weighing in at 240 grams or 8.5 ounces in a men's size 9, and a US MSRP of $140. Chad, back over to you.
All right, first, let's address the elephant in the room. A lot of you have been commenting and saying, a low drop or non-zero drop Altra shoe, really? Well, yeah, it makes sense, and here's why. It's all marketing. In order for brands to grow and expand, they can either sell new products to their current customers, or they can broaden their customer base, expanding their market share by offering new products, which is exactly what Altra has done here. They ventured into a new to them category, the non-zero drop shoe, and have offered the Altra Experience lineup. When the FWD Experience came out last year, it was October 2023. It is now April, and they have just announced a new Experience lineup, which is coming out on May 1st of 2024. Now, I won't get into too much detail there, but Altra has sent me 3 other Experience shoes. The Experience Flow, which seems like is basically the replacement to the FWD Experience. The Experience Form, a stability version of this shoe, or the stability version of the Experience Flow, and the Experience Wild, a trail version of the Experience line. So by coming out with these Experience shoes, they're tapping into a market that either previously wasn't considering Altra because they don't want to do the zero drop, or users who tried zero drop and it just wasn't for them. So now they can consider these shoes. I also look at the Experience line as an enabler for those who want to get into zero drop shoes, but maybe aren't quite ready to go full bore into the zero drop category. But I'd really like to hear from you. Drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think of the Experience line, if it's a good move for Altra, or perhaps it deviates too far from their traditional offerings. I also want to thank Altra for sending me the FWD Experience. Thank you so much, but know that all thoughts and opinions are strictly my own. All right, let's start with the build of the shoe. So after nearly 70 miles in the shoe, the build is pretty good. Not perfect, but overall it's really nice. I think Altra chose materials that are much better than materials of the shoes in the past. And starting with the upper, it's a one-piece engineered mesh upper that is fairly breathable and conforms around the foot quite well. There is some additional reinforced overlays around the eyelets or the laces. No concern with premature wear or quality otherwise on that upper. I'll share some more thoughts on the comfort and the performance of that midsole, but from a quality perspective, seems to get the job done and do adequately. I don't think it's gonna go flat or lose its softness or responsiveness anytime soon. The outsole is also pretty good, although I do have some concerns about premature wear. It's already showing a little bit more wear than I would like to see, especially on the corner of the heel and in the very tip of the toes. So I'm a little concerned about the outsole longevity, but could be worse, could be better. So overall build quality, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10. Could be a little better, but overall, it's really pretty good actually. Now on to the comfort. The water level of the lake is getting higher. You know, overall, I'm actually really pleased with the comfort. Let me address the midsole first. With 32 millimeters of heel stack and 28 millimeters of toe stack, it's quite comfortable and actually feels like there's more underfoot than what's advertised. It's soft, not overly responsive or bouncy, but for a daily trainer, I feel like it gets the job done and does it well. Now, if I start heel striking a little bit or when I'm running downhill, I can feel my heel just kind of sinking into the shoe. And when I'm just moseying along, it's overall pretty comfortable. I do wish that the midsole was a little bit more bouncy. I think that would be more fun, more inspiring. But for a daily trainer, when you're just wanting to put in the miles in a comfortable fashion, I feel like the FWD Experience does a really good job at exactly that. The underfoot feel also is nice because the overall shoe has a nice rocker shape to it. So whether you're heel striking or midfoot striking going into your toe off, there's just a really smooth transition through that gait. Because of that shape, the shoe's also really quiet, which is interesting. Some shoes kind of slap against the ground a little bit. This one just stays nice and smooth. The comfort of the upper also surprised me. There's some really good padding. At first almost looked like too much padding, but some good padding around the medial and lateral side of the ankle. So on both sides of the ankle, when you first put your foot into the shoe, you kind of feel that padding, but after a little bit, you don't feel it at all. And it just helps hold your heel and ankle in place in the shoe. The heel area is also slightly molded or conforms around the back of your heel. Then you get a little bit of that flare along the Achilles area. No Achilles rubbing or irritation at all. It's really quite nice around the overall heel and ankle part of the shoe. The upper is also quite nice. No rubbing or hot spots or irritation at all. Does a good job at allowing your foot to move and flex as needed, but also feels pretty secure around your foot. The tongue is nicely padded, overall very comfortable, although I do wish that it was gusseted. I also don't feel the laces across the top of my foot, which is really nice. Now the FWD Experience features their standard foot shape, not the original, which is just a little bit wider. So you're getting a nice secure hold around the ankle and the midfoot with more than the average shoe room in the toe box, but know that it's not as much as what Altra has offered in the past. I find it quite comfortable and I really like the overall fit, that standard fit that Altra is offering in most of their shoes now. So again, just to kind of recap that all real fast. Upper comfort is great, the tongue is nice, the ankle padding and security is really good. Underfoot comfort is also pretty good and surprised me. The midsole is fairly soft, but I wish it was just a little bit softer and a little bit more bouncy. But overall, no real complaints. I'm gonna give comfort an 8 out of 10. So now what about performance, or what can you expect out of the performance of the shoe? My experience has been that this is a shoe that I've looked forward to running in every single time. It was a shoe that I wanted to go running in, whether it was a short, easy run. I think I just swallowed a bug. Oh yeah. Oh gosh. Oh, almost died there. I feel like it's still in my throat. It's not a shoe that inspires me to necessarily do more or run faster, but I think that's okay because as a daily trainer, it's a shoe that I'm gonna want to run in. I find it comfortable to run in, and I just want to get the miles in. This is the shoe for that. So as I mentioned before, I think if the midsole were just a little softer, a little more bouncy underfoot, then it would be more of that inspiring shoe. That outsole feels pretty grippy and overall not problematic, but I do wonder about the longevity and overall performance from that perspective of the outsole. And the upper seems to also perform quite nicely. Again, a nice secure hold around my foot. I don't really have to think about the upper too much while I'm running. I'm able to just concentrate on the run itself and get the job done. So let me know if you have any questions about the performance of the shoe, but I'm gonna give it a 7, maybe a 7.5 out of 10. All right, so what about the value of the FWD Experience? At $140 US MSRP, I think that's a overall strong value, but maybe on the upper end slightly of that price point for the shoe. Another good comparison, which is also a 4mm drop, is the Skechers Performance Razor 4. Also comes in at $140. That shoe feels a little more lighter weight, a little faster underfoot, but I think the Altra FWD Experience is the better daily trainer. Morning. Another shoe that you can get for $140 that I've really enjoyed is the Puma Velocity Nitro 3. A little bit better of a daily trainer in my mind, a little more inspiring of a shoe, a little better build of a shoe, but not a low drop. So if you're looking for a good low drop, daily trainer, neutral shoe, the Altra FWD Experience is probably one of your best options on the market right now. And because it's a shoe that I've enjoyed and I look forward to running in every single time, I think $140 is a fair price to ask and a fair price to pay. So overall value, I'm gonna give it also a 7.5 out of 10. So let me know what you think of this shoe. So one that you're considering. If you already have this shoe, what has been your experience in the FWD Experience? See what I did there? So I guess that's all that I have for you today. Let me know if you have any questions about the shoe. I'll be sure to answer your questions down in the comments below. Looks like I am at mile 18, so only about 2 miles left of my long run this morning, and really enjoying it. Look at this lake. People are out on the boats fishing already. Beautiful morning. Thanks for being here. Oh, and remember to subscribe because a lot more videos to share with you. More shoe and gear reviews, a lot more run ventures and ultras. So way more coming to the channel, including my review videos of the new Altra Experience Flow, Altra Experience Form, and Altra Experience Wild, their trail shoe. Okay, be consistent, express gratitude, and enjoy every mile as I am today in the Altra FWD Experience. See you on the next video. Bye. Always gotta come back for the camera.